Good morning, I'm Vicki, and I am living my best life at the age of 75. I was sitting out on my front stoop enjoying the weather and thought that this morning I would share with you kind of a cute little story, conversation that I had with my husband, Alan. Full disclaimer, I adore my husband. We've been together 39 years, and he still treats me like a queen. No problem there. However, we are polar opposites, and he always has to have the last word, always. I'll make a comment, and he has to qualify the comment and put his own spin on it. Well, it's annoyed me in the past. I'm sure that those of you that have been married a long time have things that your husband does, and I'm sure that your husband gets annoyed at you at times. But this particular conversation took a turn that I didn't expect. So Alan and I were sitting in the living room and just having a conversation. I made a comment, and he made a comment as well. Some redundant comment that made no sense at all. So what I would do in the past is I would just not even respond. I would just sit there and be annoyed. But in this particular conversation, Alan said something, and then he immediately paused and said, "It just doesn't matter." So I looked at Alan and I very sweetly, and I said, "That is the best thing you have said to me in 39 years." And then we had a good laugh. So consequently, we were with a group of friends, and I shared the story, and they all had input. I mean, being together a long time, they had, well, my husband did this and my wife did this, and we had a good laugh about it. So at that same occasion when we were together and just having, I think we were playing cards, and someone said something, and we just all looked at each other and said, "It just doesn't matter." And then we just laughed and laughed. And so that became kind of a mantra for us, um, and just kind of an inside joke. And it became really fun. And consequently, our friends adopted that into their own relationships. And it sure did lighten the moments when things get a little uncomfortable as a couple. I will say that it did benefit Alan and I in that he is less apt to make a comment. I think he thinks about it before he makes a comment. And I am very appreciative that that is just something that isn't going to stew and stew and stew and work into a different problem. And, you know, we've had a lot of ups and downs in 39 years. It was not the first marriage for either of us, and I had two pre-teenage boys at the time that we got together, and he had no children. So there was a lot of adjustment in how we discipline the kids and that type of thing. And so we've had a lot of bumpy roads, and we've had some awfully, awfully good times, so it's all worth it. So the moral of the story is that there are ways that, if you think about it, that you can improve communications with your husband and avoid those times that are very irritating, as we did. So I hope you're having a great day. Take care.